Am I the a-hole for telling my daughter her friend sent me nudes? Don't forget to like, subscribe and hit the bell button to never miss any of our future videos. I'm a 37-year-old man. My daughter and her friend, I'll call her Brooke, are both 19. They met in college. They've been friends for almost a year. Brooke's come over to our house too many times to count and she's always made me uncomfortable. Though she'd never explicitly flirted with me up until a couple days ago, I could always tell she liked me. But because there was no proof and she never made a move, I just tried to ignore it and keep my distance. She seemed like a good kid. Never in a million years did I think she'd take it any further than laughing a little harder than necessary at my jokes. The other night I got 3 messages from a number not in my contacts. There was 1 sexually explicit text and 2 faceless nudes. As I was looking at them and trying to figure out who they were from, I thought maybe an old hookup or something. I got a video that included Brooke's face. My heart dropped and I felt sick as soon as I realized what was happening. I was freaked out, and I impulsively ran into my daughter's room and told her. She was freaked out too, and she asked to see the pictures because she couldn't believe it. I know I shouldn't have shown her, but I did. It was another impulsive decision. I asked her how Brooke got my number and she said she had no idea. We still don't know. We think maybe she got it off my daughter's unattended phone. My daughter told me she would deal with the situation. I texted Brooke please never contact me again, blocked her number, and left it at that. The next day, my daughter told me she'd confronted Brooke and it had caused a huge fight between them. She said that instead of apologizing or explaining herself, Brooke had gotten extremely mad at me for telling my daughter what happened. My daughter decided it was best to block Brooke and move on like I had. A few hours later, Brooke sent me an Instagram DM. We've never followed each other, that said please don't block me. I just want to talk to you. I blocked her anyway. About 4 hours after that, I got a long email from her on my work address. It's on my website, so I guess that's where she got it. The email is basically a 5-paragraph guilt trip. It goes into detail about how embarrassed she is that I showed my daughter what was meant for just me. She talks extensively about how you shouldn't give out private information and how if I wasn't interested, I should have just told her and kept her secret instead of going to my daughter. Never once did she apologize or acknowledge how wrong it was for her to send me those messages. She just tried to make me feel bad. And honestly, it's sort of working. I don't know. I'm conflicted. I'm still disgusted and angry with her for doing that, but I feel bad. Maybe she's just a confused, insecure kid with problems and I should have kindly let her know how inappropriate that was and told her not to do it again instead of embarrassing her like I did. Am I the a-hole? I kind of feel like one, but maybe I'm just too empathetic. Not the a-hole. She sent unsolicited nudes. It's perfectly normal that you freaked out and kudos for telling your daughter. She should have known that you are not interested when you didn't engage in her flirting. Also, that girl maybe took American Beauty way too hard. You are a great guy and father. Not the a-hole. You did good by telling your daughter. If you didn't and she found out some other way, lol, finding your number in the girl's phone etc, it could have gotten bad and caused a mix-up. I don't blame you for showing her nudes to her because like you said it happened so fast, so I don't blame you. True, you shouldn't have showed her nudes to your daughter. You should have respected her and simply told your daughter what's going on, but then again your daughter may not believe you at all if you simply said the girl texted you without showing proof. Also, she's a 19-year-old woman. She shouldn't get too much pity. Besides, only your daughter saw it, not like you showed the whole town. Not the a-hole. Dude, what you did was the smartest thing you could have done, whereas most people would have freezed or been too embarrassed. The more you delay, the more you can be roped into continuing because initially you agreed to keep it a secret, and the more you delay the more suspicious you look. If you send out completely unsolicited nudes and sexual innuendo, you have no right of privacy over that. It happened. It's not like you posted these to Pornhub or something. You didn't distribute them. You just told your daughter about it. If you had forwarded the nudes to your daughter, this'd be another matter. You just showed them as proof. Keep that email in case she decides to continue this and you need to show people what she's up to. Not the a-hole. You were open and honest with your daughter, which is important. Brooke is acting out like a lovesick teenager, which is why she's acting like this is all your fault. I'm sure in 5-10 years she'll look back at this with a sense of embarrassment. The best thing you could do is shut it down, and you did exactly that. I'm going to say this is not lovesick teenager behavior. This is like cyberstalking. She has communication channels for him that he didn't give out. She is attempting to circumvent blocks he put in place after he clearly told her he didn't want to communicate with her. She's trying to make him doubt his own reactions and perceptions. She's trying to make him second guess his healthy responses and instill guilt. So nah, this isn't lovesick. This is ducking creepy.